Tell me who you are.
My name is Jolita Lafford. I'm from Mixazoni, and I work here at Lafford Treatment Center. I've been here 5 years.
Could you tell us your story?
Yes, my story. I am a recovering alcoholic and a drug addict. I've been in recovery for 7 years. There's a lot to my story that I probably won't be able to say all in our interview, but I would like to start off by when I came into recovery. I did programs. I did 3 treatment programs here at the lodge, at Mi'kmaq Lodge. Well, it was a process actually. With all the bad stuff I did, using drugs, my kids went into care in the process, so I had to get help. I had to get help to get them back. I did that. I fought for 7 months, that full 7 months of trying to get them back home. And then when I got them back home, it was also overwhelming because I know I did the program for them. I didn't do it for myself. So I went back. I went back and I asked if I could do another treatment program. They said, yep, you could do another program. Because I realized then that with everything going on, I didn't work on myself and it wouldn't be fair to my kids. I only did it for them because they wouldn't have all of me still, right? So that's what I did. And 2 weeks into the program, I just fell apart. I didn't realize how much stuff I held in. I held in so much anger and sadness and all the stuff I needed working on. You know, that program was like I said, I did 3 programs, and that program was the one for me. It helped me. It helped me a lot just to get to the bottom of what was wrong with me and where my drug use started and my alcohol use, and because my past, there's a lot of stuff in my past that that led me to do drugs and alcohol. So I had to deal with most of that stuff that I dealt with. But yeah, I finished that program. I went back home to my kids. We started making a life of ourselves, all 5 of us, me and my kids. It's very difficult. I always hear, I always hear this line. They say, the easy part is not to touch the drink or drug. The hardest part is living it without it, without it in your life. Because you have to deal with all these emotions and drama or grief or all this stuff that you're so used to numbing all the time. Oh, that was so true. Yeah, because I still dealt with a lot of stuff. It was just how I chose to deal with it. I stuck to my program. I went to my meetings. I went to Sweat Lodges ceremony. And I started drumming. I started singing. Singing was actually a big part of my confidence. It helped me build up my confidence as a woman, as a person, to speak up for myself, because I was never like that before. I was so closed off. I keep singing, and I love singing. But the program shows you how you can live your life. It guides you. It helps you. And when they say one day at a time, it is one day at a time. It's like even with 1 second at a time. Because that 1 second you could just be sitting there and daydreaming about something, and it could happen that second. You could relapse any second. So you always have to keep an eye on your mental health, your physical health. It's not just about physical health, but your mental, emotional state. It's very important to build that up. I don't know how long I laughed and I smiled at people, but I was really crying inside because of all the pain I felt, all the hurt I felt. Even within that time when I went into recovery, the first day, even before, I said awful things to my family, awful things that I can never take back. And I didn't see them for about 11 months in my life. And this is all my family, my parents, my siblings, everybody. It was really hard. I felt alone, but when I got a sponsor, he showed me I wasn't alone. He knew that if he showed me I wasn't alone, then I'll be okay. And that's what happened. I started going meetings everywhere with my sponsor, doing the step work. The step work is really hard, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it because you keep going. Your life is different each time when you do it. That's why they tell you to keep going, keep doing the steps, keep doing the work. But I did get my family back after 11 months. It felt really good. And I had a lot of apologies to do, a lot of amends. They forgave me, but not trusted me yet. It takes a long time for trust to build. They had to trust me. They had to be there for me, but watching out for me too, in a way. And I was okay with that. I was okay only if I had my family back. I had to go any means necessary to block everybody from my life that does drugs and alcohol. I was living by myself in my house, and I even had signs on my doors, on each door, because traffic was so busy all the time. And I said on there, if you're drinking or drugging, don't bother knocking. The whole time when I was home anyways, nobody was knocking. Nobody came, bothered me. So after, when my kids came home, about a month after, they kind of like weared down, or the signs ruined on me. After that, nobody came, nobody bothered. And within this time of my recovery process, to 7 years, I've done a lot to help people. I've volunteered. I went to conventions, meetings. I met a lot of amazing women and men, that have the same exactly the same thing as me, my addiction problem. And that's one good thing to relate with, to have somebody there to guide you and be there for you, because they know how you feel, they know what you're going through. It's we did all of that. We did it for many years. We opened up NA and Access Only. It's closed now, but hopefully it'll go back up again. But I kept working the program. I still do it today. Even when I volunteered here before I started working at Mi'kmaq Lodge, I volunteered here for like 2 years in my recovery. I kept going back and forth, going to the meetings, talking to the treatment counselors next door, which they all guided me. They gave me a lot of advice, there for me, and I'll never forget that. And keeping yourself busy too. It's good to keep yourself busy, because every time, it's never healthy to be alone in your own mind sometimes. It's dangerous. But you can find ways to keep yourself busy. Just gotta look at what you like to do. You do a lot of stuff. Like me, I like singing. Even in my self-care, I go for a drive by myself. I blast up the music, I sing, and that's my self-care drive. But always make sure you always have that prayer with you. The serenity prayer, that means a lot. Even when I'm mad, what I do when I'm mad, instead of reacting or going after somebody or anything like that, I say that serenity prayer till I feel better. Might not work for a lot of people, but it did work for me, and I was an angry person. Even when I'm sad, I would do the same. The serenity prayer keeps you centered, kind of. I think that's the right word for it. Kind of put me back where I need to be in my mind after I felt better. Sometimes I have to say it 4 or 5 times till I start feeling better. I worked really hard on getting back. I know I did a lot of harm to my kids. There's a lot of past that I can't bring back. I learned that you can't punish yourself for that. That's not how you're going to get by. All you got to do is keep forward. Make it better. Make it better for them. And that's all I've been doing. Is trying to make a better life for them. Be there for them. Provide for them the best way I know how. And just being their mom. Sitting there when they need to talk. Sitting there when they need advice. Even a simple hug. That's all you could do. Because no matter how bad your past is, you can never bring it back. You can always just make it better. And I believe anybody could do that. And people will forgive. My family trusts me now, and I'm there for them all the time. They're there for me. It's still a battle. We still battle every morning. I'm grateful every morning waking up clean and sober, going to bed clean and sober. There's a lot of gratitude in it too. Even just making it for one day. You just did it for one day. Yes. Okay. Tomorrow's another day. Try another day. Might be hard at the start, but it will get better. If you keep the program in your life and keep fighting and keep people around you that'll support you and that are sober, just stick to that and you will get by. Because there is a lot of support out here. I know how hard it is to get turned away and to be talked about. No matter what we do in life, people are going to have their opinions about us. It's about how we could teach them too. If they take that information, that's fine. They could educate themselves on what we go through too. But we can't change what people have, their opinions about us. So all we do is just keep living. Keep doing our thing. Walking those 2 footsteps. Stay strong. Because I know for a fact it's helping me. It's been helping me this long already. And I love where I work. I don't think I would want to work anywhere else. I think this is where it's like I'm meant to be here. To be at my job. To be who I am because I love helping people, and I will be there for you. I will not turn you away. We need a lot more of those folks out there, you know? A lot of people with big hearts out there. Sometimes you just need somebody to listen to.
Because this is Drug Awareness Week,
Mm-hmm.
and I am wondering, do you have any suggestions for people who have family members who are suffering from drugs and alcohol?
Probably the first thing I would do is listen to them, listen to what they have to say, because it's not what they're doing and how they're hurting you, it's what they're trying to say to you. You know, the first thing is just to admit you're a drug addict or alcoholic. So them coming to you, trusting you to tell you this, that's a big step for them too, as much as you. So I would say listen to them, not to judge them because of their lifestyle, because of it. Because like I said, it's so big on people being turned away nowadays because of their addiction and all the hurt they cause people. You know, there's still people, still that daughter or that son of yours in there. They just need you to listen. They want to be heard. So I would say my number one thing would be just listen to them.
What do you have to say to the individual who might be watching this video and wants to get help?
Well, I would say we're here. We're here for you. It's we've been there. We all been there. And if you're out there, you're scared to come and ask for help, trust me, it'll be worth it. We're here to listen. We won't judge. And it's not only here, it's everywhere. Don't be scared. I know it's scary. I know it's tough. I believe in your heart. I believe in my heart that if you come forward and ask for help, you will get help you need.
Do you have anything else that you would like to add?
I would just want to add that I always use this term, you only keep what you have by giving it away. That's why I love my job, because no matter what I give, they take it in, and it's them giving me something back too.
Maybe we should end with the Serenity Prayer.
Okay. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
Thank you so much, Jolita.